Hello guys, how are you? I trust you are doing well. Today I want us to talk about things that we should not say anyhowly, anywhere we feel like, because there are people that are suffering out there. Things like, for example, when you have a nice job, don't go telling people how nice your job is, how well paying your job is, when you know very well that that person does not have a job. You know very well that person is really struggling, and sometimes they even wake up very early in the morning going to look for jobs. They come back in the evening, there are no jobs. Some of them had jobs, now they don't have. They lost their jobs. So things like those ones, it's not nice to be talking about them just anyhowly. You have to choose wisely where to talk about such things. You know, God has put us in this world and has mixed us. We live with people who are jobless. We live with people who are blessed with jobs. If you want to talk about your job, you can talk in a way that you are encouraging someone that I never had, I didn't have, but now I have, so don't give up, you will get a job. That is good. But just bragging, oh, hey, I have a nice job, my job is so well paying, I have very nice bosses. This guy is really struggling with life, and you are here bragging with how you have a nice job. Another thing you should never brag about with is having, like, how your children go to international schools, how your children study abroad. Do you know that there are people in this world that cannot even afford a pen, just a pen? Do you know there are people in this world that cannot afford uniforms for their children? They go to school with rags. They go to school barefoot. As I said earlier, that God has put us together, has put us in this world, as God has mixed us. We live with people who have and those who do not have. So you find someone, you don't know how he is, who he is, and you start, maybe you met, like, let's say in church where we meet, then you just start telling people after service. So you know, most of the churches, after the service, people meet outside, say hi to each other. So when that is happening, then you start bragging about how your children have gone to international schools, how your children are studying abroad. Remember this person here. At home there, the children cannot even find sandals. They can't even manage to get sandals for a child, and you're talking about how yours are in international schools. If you know it's something that cannot help, don't even talk about it. I don't say that you should go everywhere helping everyone, but just talking can kill someone. Someone will go home and is like, oh, so God, you have blessed others and me, you have not blessed me. Then some people start talking and asking God questions, and they cannot even come to church again, or cannot go to those congregations again, to those groups again, because they feel like they don't belong there. When you find people somewhere and you start talking about how your children are doing well, that is number 3, point number 3. My child is a pilot, my child is a doctor, my child is a blah blah, my child is war, my child is in London, my child is in wherever. Yet, you know, in this, for example, let me give an example of Africa. Africa, I don't want to say we believe in black magic, but there is black magic. You find that someone has a child, that child has gone to school, that child has finished school, that child had did so well, passed exams very well, finished university, but does not have a job, does not look like someone who ever went to school. We have so many cases of children who finished schools, finished universities, and they ran mad. They went mad. They are crazy, walking on the streets. They are street children. You find people on the street, but when you stop that person, they talk until you're like, oh, and this guy is on the street. Those people went to school. So So you find a parent of such a child and start bragging of how your children are doing so well. Your children came home with V8s. Your children came home with what? My friend, please, there are things you should weigh first before saying them. I don't say that children doing well is bad. No. You can say it in a way that you are encouraging one, that I was like that, or I know someone who was like that, but now this person is like this. But bragging, saying how you are doing so well and you're feeling like, oh, you are on top of the world, it's not good. You can also just come up with a topic like how you have expensive cars. I still go with that example of meeting in church and after service. There, people are mixed in that service. You have the poor, you have the rich. Now you are starting to talk about how you have expensive cars. I have, I don't know how many V8s. I don't know, I have how many, I don't know what, all those expensive and big vehicles. And among those people you're talking to, there are those who walked on foot to church. They can't even afford bus fare. They can't afford 50 shillings to come from their house to go to church. They walked on foot. It is a blessing. You are blessed. We are happy for you. We are bless the Lord for you. He has done you so well, but don't brag. Tell these people in an encouraging manner that you were like that or someone else was like that, and now that person is blessed or you are blessed, and you believe even them at the right time theirs will come. And if no one has asked you to say such a thing, just let it be. There are people who have things but they don't talk about them, yeah, and it does not harm them. They're not harmed in any way just because they didn't talk of how many vehicles they have. You start just from nowhere. That is number 6. I have a very expensive bungalow. Oh my God. Seriously? There are people who you have come from Karen, and there are people who have come from Kibra. You have met in a meeting. Then you start bragging of how you have a bungalow of 25 bedrooms or what. In your bungalow there are rooms you enter driving. You have your parking inside. How you have like 5 bedrooms just for pets. My friend, there are people here in this just one meeting, this same meeting you are in, there are people there who cannot even afford rent for a single room. They are struggling. There are some who even just at night, they just wonder where night will find them. They have their jackets hidden somewhere. They lie on the street there. They sleep on the street there. In the morning, they come to church. You may not know what they are going through. So never brag about things when you don't know the type of audience you have. Another thing, number 7. Some people like bragging about what they eat, how they eat balanced diet, how they eat very expensive meals. There's a time someone told me how he eats, I don't know how much, like 5,000. You know, I eat 5,000 every morning. Eish. Seriously, when we have money, we can even just decide, this life, we don't know where tomorrow will be. You can even spend 20,000 on breakfast, but you don't tell people. You know, there are those people who don't even, just getting a meal is a big problem. Just finding, if they get tea, maybe there is no sugar, there is no milk, so they just have water and tea leaves. Some don't even get that tea leaves. Some don't even have access to water. Then you are here bragging how you are taking a balanced diet, how you are eating what, You should stop. It is not nice. it is not nice. So people are struggling out there. Even finding food is not easy. It's not that easy, especially now that food prices have gone so up. There are people who really struggle. So when you are blessed to have a meal, thank God, just thank God. Another thing that I think you should not be talking about is how you have very expensive clothes. Maybe that person you're talking to about expensive clothes has even just borrowed someone. Has borrowed someone what he's dressing up in. Maybe that person has borrowed someone what she's dressing up in. So you should never talk about how you dress very expensively, how you go to Dubai for shopping your clothes, how you buy your clothes from Italy, how you buy your shoes from I don't know where. Seriously, these people, if you just look at them, you will see how the shoe they are wearing. You can easily tell how much that is. So never ever just talk anyhowly. There are people really struggling. So my friends, if it is a must, we talk about what we are wearing. Let it be that we are encouraging someone, but not telling them how you feel like they are dressing up in tatters. Yours are. There are people who even tell you, I cannot go with you somewhere. I can't go with you anywhere because your clothes, you're not of my class. Look at how you are dressing. Look at your dressing. This is very cheap. Don't tell someone like that. It's not nice. So today I just thought of sharing things that we should not talk about when we don't know the type of audience we are talking to. And guys, there are so many things that we can talk about, so many things that we can tell people. They should not tell other people when they don't know where those people have come from and who they are and what they have and what they don't have. I know it is by the grace of God all of us are. It is by the grace of God we are how we are who we are. So when God has blessed you, just thank Him. If you are able to share, you can share with others. If you have those nice clothes and you think you want to go do more shopping for yourself, you want to change your wardrobe, just share, give them. What you think is not good for you at that moment could be very nice for someone else. Okay? So thank you guys. Thanks for watching. See you another time. You can share if you wish to. You can like. And you can also subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys. I love you. Mwah.